The WNBA world is being rocked by the playoffs, but not in the ways we anticipated. Caitlin Clark made her playoff debut against the Connecticut Sun, but what should have been her shining moment quickly turned into a nightmare. The game had just started when the Suns mounted a comeback. Carrington made a contentious play that altered the entire outcome of the game by striking Clark square in the eye. For those who are used to watching Clark dominate the court, what happened next was heartbreaking. The player who drains three-pointers as if it were the easiest thing in the world just vanished. Clark, known for her accurate three-point shooting, spent the remainder of the game struggling to see her way to victory. Clark finished the game with just 11 points, far less than her regular season average of over 20 points a game. However, her shooting performance was the worst. She tried 17 shots and made just 4, for a dismal 23.5% success rate. The disabled her entire game assists were impacted by her vision. Additionally, the most annoying thing was removed from Clark's trademark. The repercussions were witnessing Clark attempt to force plays that would typically be simple for her. Her accurate passes ended up in the hands of the opposition, and her shoots from her slumber either missed the rim or fell short. The incident affected not only Clark but the entire Indiana Fever team as well. It was obvious that Coach Christie Sides had to abandon the plan as soon as she realized her star wasn't playing at her best by the end of the game, with defeat imminent. With all of the speculation about the potential repercussions of the incident, the big question of whether the league will formally address this quickly emerged. Many people expect a statement from the WNBA regarding the play, and some are betting on a fine for DiJonai Carrington. The disappointment was evident on everyone's face during the Fever, and it wasn't just the unfavorable score. While some believe there will only be a public slap on the wrist, one rumor that has gained traction is that Carrington might be suspended. Analysts are comparing this play to previous incidents in an attempt to determine whether the league will find this serious enough to keep Carrington out of the next game, and the series would be greatly affected by such a decision. Discussions also revolve around the refereeing issue. Many people think that the officials will be more watchful and that the officiating will be more stringent in the upcoming game. Some claim that any more intense contact with Clark will result in a foul call being called right away. What about Clark herself? With all eyes on the Fever's medical staff, will she be allowed to play in the upcoming game? If yes, will she wear eye protection? The next matchup between the Fever and the Sun looks to be thrilling. The main query is how Caitlin Clark will behave if she plays at her best. We can anticipate a revenge performance. Simply picture the story. Clark makes a spectacular comeback after recovering from her injury, but what if she's not totally? The narrative will be recovered in that scenario, so Coach Christie Sides will need to rack her brain. The question is whether they will stick to the same tactic which worked in the first game, but what if Clark returns strong? They may have to alter their game plan entirely in the middle of the game. There is little doubt that Clark will be under constant pressure. The Sun is aware that she is the focal point of the Fever, whether she is hurt or not, so it wouldn't be shocking to see them working double shift on her all the time. The other members of the Fever squad will need to step up. Aaliyah Mitchell and Kelsey Boston will need to assume even greater responsibility because this game may define their careers thus far. Additionally, we must not overlook the psychological factor of the Fever having its back against the wall. It will take tremendous mental fortitude to turn things around after losing the first game, as there is only one element that might alter everything: the audience. This incident raises more serious concerns about the future of the WNBA as a whole. Caitlin Clark is not just a talented player, she is a walking revolution in women's basketball, drawing attention to the league that hasn't been seen in years. The next game is at the Fever's home court, and you can bet the arena will be packed with fans cheering the team on. With her entrance, arenas, multi-million-dollar TV deals, and social media engagement all skyrocketed. But what if this event is more serious than it first appears to be? What if it is the start of a trend towards more aggressive and physical play versus rising? What if stars this playoff series could ultimately determine the future of physical play in the WNBA? If the league does not take decisive action or confront this incident head-on, it may set a dangerous precedent. On the one hand, the WNBA has a fantastic opportunity to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect and elevate the league to a new level, but on the other hand, it runs the risk of witnessing its new icon being snuffed out by excessively physical play or worse, injuries. The WNBA is at a tipping point, and what happens next won't just affect this season or the series. It may define the league's direction for years to come. For Caitlin Clark, the balance between protecting players and maintaining the competitive edge of the game has never been more delicate. The next game is more than just a chance to redeem herself. It's an opportunity to prove that she is more than just a shooting star but a resilient player. Young stars entering the league may face increased aggression as teams try to neutralize their impact on the court. In women's basketball, force requires a careful balance. How can you keep the sport's intensity and excitement high without endangering your biggest stars? How can you make sure that players like Clark can shine without making the game too soft? It's not just about Clark, it's also about all the young players who are emerging and what we want women's basketball to be going forward after this incident. This playoff series can mark a sea change. It might be the time when the NBA chooses whether to be a league that nurtures and develops its players or one that permits them to be eliminated by coercion in the years to come. The answer to this question will influence not only Caitlin Clark's career, but also the future of all professional women's basketball, not just the remainder of this playoff series. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay up to date on everything happening in the WNBA, especially during this playoff season that promises to be historic, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon too, so you don't miss any videos. What did you all think about this whole situation with Caitlin Clark? Do you think it was intentional or just an unfortunate play of the game? Should the WNBA take any action or leave things as they are? I want to see everyone commenting below. Share your theories, opinions, and even your predictions for the next game. Your opinions are very important. I swear to provide you with the most up-to-date behind-the-scenes news and the most insightful league analysis. I hope to see you soon.